Trust me, never in my life did I ever think that I would see Ray Liotta and Danny Trejo doing a musical dance and song number together. This was a new experience for me. Muppets Most Wanted is a sequel to the Muppets film that came out in 2011 starring Jason Segel and Amy Adams. A lot of people really like that film, myself included. I thought that it was just a total love letter to the Muppets. Jason Segel did a really good job writing the script, and he really had a lot of love and care for the old Muppet show, and it just shined completely through that movie. A lot of people enjoyed it, and it also initiated a lot of younger people into the Muppets that weren't initially into it, and it got a whole new thing started. Now we have Muppets Most Wanted, starring Ricky Gervais and Tina Fey, and a lot of celebrities and various cameos. In this film, basically, this guy named Constantine, who looks exactly like Kermit except for one mole, who likes to imitate Dr. Evil a lot, he decides to frame Kermit the Frog by infiltrating into the Muppets. He slaps a fake mole on Kermit, everyone thinks Kermit's Constantine, he gets sent to jail, and this guy Constantine and Ricky Gervais are trying to find a way to manipulate the Muppets so they can use the Muppet show to go to various landmarks all around the world to rob things of value. And along the way we get a lot of songs, we get a lot of dancing, and we get a lot of comedy. Unfortunately, though, it's not anywhere near as musically entertaining or as funny as that first Muppets film, or really any of the other Muppets films. This is not a bad movie. I did not go to this movie and say, wow, I just completely wasted time. I really love the Muppets. I grew up watching the Muppets. I love the Muppet Show. In fact, I have very vivid memories sitting down with my family and watching it, and I really enjoyed the other Muppet movies as well. One of my biggest problems I have with this movie is that there's actually just too much human interaction in this movie. There isn't enough Muppets. I wanted more of the Muppets, because that's what we come to see. It's fun to see some celebrity cameos from time to time, but in this movie, it's not very clever. Like, they have Christoph Waltz in the film, and I'm like, wow, that's one of my favorite actors. What does he do? He does a waltz with another Muppet. They have Usher in the movie, playing an usher at a wedding. You know, it's that kind of thing, and it just doesn't work. A lot of it feels very forced, as if a lot of celebrities were just there because they like the Muppets, and now they're going to be in this movie. The other problem I have with it is that it's just not really that funny, and that is the biggest crime to this movie. Jason Segel had nothing to do with this script. He didn't write it, and so for that reason, I think a lot of that passion is missing. Even though it's the same director from the last Muppets movie, he does a good job with this film, the way it looks. Some of the musical numbers are very well done. The stuff that is with the Muppets is really fun, but unfortunately, since Kermit is separated from the Muppets for basically the entire movie, a lot of that chemistry is gone and missing, and Gonzo's barely in the movie at all. And Walter, from the last film, gets the most screen time out of any of the Muppets. But unfortunately, one of the best parts in this movie is the very first opening number, in which they say the lines, "We all know the sequel's never as good," which is true, and they actually kind of shot themselves in the foot with that line, because it continues to be proven throughout this movie. Burrell and Tina Fey were just doing really exaggerated versions of their accents, and it just kind of felt like this big, we know we're in the giant spoof kind of thing, where a lot of the best Muppets stuff actually took things semi-seriously, but they had people going like this with puppets, and that's one of the reasons it was so entertaining, because certain Muppet movies did have those more serious moments, but in this film it just kind of feels like a big spoof. And there was a lot of really bad CGI, actually, which was one of the biggest things that surprised me. They used a lot of CGI for some of the Muppet moments instead of actual animatronics and puppetry, and that's one of the things that made the original Muppets so cool to watch, was you knew that somebody actually was like working this type of magic with puppets. In this film, a lot of it is like Constantine fighting and kicking people, and it's CGI, and it doesn't really look very convincing. I am going to give Muppets the Most Wanted a C+ though, because as I said, I was entertained enough as I watched it because I love the Muppets, and there were some funny parts to it, and it wasn't a boring movie. It just wasn't really as funny as it could have been, and a lot of the celebrity stuff felt very forced, and there wasn't enough Muppets in the Muppets. Oh, and by the way, there is a criminal underuse of the Swedish chef in this movie. He's in like 2 scenes. I love the Swedish chef. He's my favorite. Where was he? So guys, if you have seen the film, I'm interested in knowing what you think of it. Let me know below when you see the movie. Guys, thanks so much for watching, and as always, if you like this, you can click right here and get Stuckmanized.